switching, and oops, switched to the wrong scene. Hello, hello.
All
Good,
right, awesome.
good night,
That's
everyone. Good night, Lucas. Welcome to our first stream of this week. How are you tonight?
I am doing excellent, Cam. I'm happy to be here and here to watch the debut of our Blood Moon team. Couldn't be
Nice,
more excited.
lovely, lovely. Yes. So we do have a few minutes before a game starts. The game is planned for 8:30. So we're just gonna chat a little bit before we jump into the action. Tonight we have ET Blood Moon doing um, a debut here, and they're playing against Planetary Collision Esports. From the side of ET, at least internally, this is a very highly anticipated, at least from my side, if I can say so, because this project with ET Blood Moon started a couple months ago, and we're finally kicking off on their very first competition. So very excited to see how far these guys can go. We've been working with Foz and um, the AD carry and Captain Fosbury, Old Bow Jungles, and also alleged jungler. His in game is it take what it's mine. We've been working with them for a couple months, so really excited to get to see them in action.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here for it. I think these players have a lot of potential. I hope that they are here to rise to the challenge here and win their first week and set the pace right for the rest of the series.
Yep, very much so. I personally don't have much knowledge from these teams. This league is actually pretty new to me in terms of Master Diamonds. What I do know, and what I can definitely share with everyone, is that there are like some. I'll share some predictions that people from the AML league has shared. Unfortunately, those predictions are not looking good for us. Um, I didn't see many like anyone's talking in specific. I noticed that they just released some more week 2 kind of content from Aegis, talking a little bit about it, but they literally said like 10 minutes ago, so I didn't have a chance to read their thoughts about it. But I would imagine that as being a new team and a new organization on this level, um, the eyes are definitely not on us, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of returning teams coming to this league. So I would s- I would keep ourselves as I didn't want to say underdogs, but that's how I think the league sees us at as of now.
And we'll just have to prove them wrong. Like you were saying before, I'm sure these players have practiced for this, right? There's nothing wrong with being underdogs.
Oh yeah,
Maybe that just means that they won't expect what we got coming from, right?
exactly. Oh, actually, let's just message them real quick.
Where in the Aegis Esports Discord are these predictions? Because I want to see who they
Um,
think will be on top.
so if you go to the AML, there's an AML category, and there is a AML dash content section. And then if you go a little bit earlier today around noon, there was predictions released. So
I can
you
agree.
get to see a little bit of what the community thinks about what's gonna happen. So very very interesting. Nice. So we're just waiting for the teams to be ready. We should be almost ready to bring to start draft as the game is about to start, or the draft is about to start. Okay. Let me. While we wait, I'm also gonna send a couple more messages so we can get this party is tortured.
Damn, 1-2. All right. I see. I see how it is. See how it is.
Okay, so I just got the drafts. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so we can actually see and also bring to our lovely viewers. Okay, so first let's get this. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see the draft, and I'm gonna bring the draft to the screen of the stream.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, sweet. And Dreamu Waifu, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. So what is this one? Oh, it's the same.
I am actually very curious as to what we're gonna pick because compared to the Penumbral team, Blood Moon actually has way more diverse champ pools. I was actually very surprised to see that there's such a difference between the players. Uh,
Yeah. The I when I was in the like watching the game last week, doing productions with M and Adrian. It was very. It looked a bit weird. They were definitely targeting their specific picks, and it did feel like they struggled a little bit to bring potential to whatever they chose during the drafts. Um, Now, knowing Blood Moon a bit closer, and especially Foz, I've watched a couple of his games. Um, I do think there is more potential in terms of draft wise. Like you won't, the team won't feel too one-sided in terms of banning their main picks or things like
yeah,
that.
yeah, no, not as many one tricks, which honestly I always love to see. I really do hope that there's a lot of different potential on this team. They do got a lot of carry jungles usually, which I wonder if will be picked. Usually, picking a carry jungler in game one would be shown as like a display of confidence, and I think that that is exactly what we need here. And from all the other ones, really, everyone on this team, I think now with the diverse champ pool, this ban phase can go any way.
Yeah, so it looks like draft is about to start or should start anytime soon. The teams are getting ready. What is going on here? looks like one of our things aren't working properly here on the screen, but should be good. Okay, looks like we're back. Okay, so yeah, just give us a few more minutes. They're getting ready for draft. I see everybody has jumped to the Discord server in ages, so everybody should be ready soon. So again, thanks everybody for joining tonight. Hope we're gonna have a good League of Legends game. Um, this is at a very like for me, Aegis being in Aegis as an org owner and as an org, I think it's really important because we're gonna grow our community and having Lucas here with us tonight on the casting section, it's also very important for us. So this stream is really special. So I hope you guys enjoy, and at the end of the day, I hope you guys have fun on this lovely Tuesday evening.
Yeah, and Aegis, which seems so big in itself, it seems like such like a good next step for an org to join in. And really, I'm just curious since we're still waiting here on the downtime. How did you guys get find out or get into Aegis in the first place? I've
Well,
never heard of it before.
um, okay, so it looks like they're getting ready for draft. But to answer that real quick, it took a while to doing like a research of the leagues online. I only was aware of a couple, but as soon as you start, like prepared for one, you meet so many people, and so many people start talking about so many other leagues, and that helps us to figure out how things work. So that's how we started off in Titans, getting to know a lot of people there, and then they just spread the word for other leagues. And when we heard about Aegis, they already started their split, so we were just planning for their next split, pretty much. But we made a list of all the organizations out there that have like very good and competitive leagues because those are the ones that we would definitely want to have representation of our organization there.
That's actually amazing then. Just my word of mouth, you guys were able to get in. And I guess I am now a part of that word of mouth. I hope I can
Exactly.
one day get some of me and my friends to join in against and cheering with and against Eclipsing Tides. Bring some more competition.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Oh, it does seem like draft has started off here. We do see Ivern and Kaisa, by the way. Both very popular picks, and to be honest, not surprised at all.
Yep, very, very strong. Daisy, two champions in one. That's how I like to see Ivern. Kaisa, to me, Kaisa is the one of the strongest AD carries in this current meta. Even if people don't like the AP build.
Yeah, no, definitely. In this meta, in the last few patches, Kaisa has definitely been very strong, and it does seem like Blood Moon here is focusing really good target bans going on. It's Planetary Collision, banning away two of their mains here. Twitch and Ivern definitely good bans. See if they keep the focus on the bot side though.
Ooh, I see a Rakan ban. Also a very good champion overall for what he can do in the game. You can definitely take Zai without Rakan, so I don't think that's just to block that duo, but the Rakan itself it's really strong.
Yeah, Rakan is really showing his power right now as a really good engaged support. He does have a few counter picks, but those other champs themselves are also good bans. Nautilus and Rel definitely having good matchups into Rakan, but we'll not see any more of those get banned away. Just a few more pocket pick bans here.
Ooh.
Diana and the Lissandra coming through.
Lissandra did get a nice buff on this 13.14 patch, and I've seen quite a lot of her recently, and so is Punjabi Bobby. He looks like he's playing quite often of that champion recently. Ooh,
You see it, like I was mentioning earlier, we do see Gray's first pick coming out here
what
for I Take What Is Mine.
what do you think
And
about this? Graves. What are your thoughts on it?
Graves, I feel like Graves is in a good spot. He's always been a relatively strong jungler. I don't think he's ever really been weak. Right now, I'm not too sure. He hasn't really been changed quite a bit in a little bit while. So I think he's a really strong jungler. And considering the mastery that I take was mine seems to have on him, definitely one of his comfort picks. I think this is exactly the kind of comfort and confidence that they need to push themselves, the snowball that they need to get rolling. But on the other hand, Planetary is picking a very LPL classic, Jace Maokai getting taken away.
Yeah,
Not very standard picks for these players. Never really seen that before. But let's see, they're experimenting. Definitely a pro strat. Really good synergy between the two of them.
yeah, and they're showing up the Zaya, which is a good answer to Maokai being able to dodge that ult. Very good. And also, like as I mentioned, you don't necessarily need the Rakan to make the Zaya work. Although she's not like the best option in the patch, like in terms of strengths, but still pretty good champion. And finalizing with Victor, one of my favorite mid laners.
Ooh. Victor is definitely very powerful. Depending, I'm not entirely sure the specifics between Victor and Jace. Victor definitely has the potential to get that early pushing power, especially with an early game jungler like Graves. Then he will be able to push out and move around the map and maybe not be as strong early game as Jace. Jace does spike very hard at the Dirk, but he will be able to apply a little bit of pressure in the first few waves for his jungler. You see Tark Band coming out as well. That one will definitely hurt.
Amelia on the other side to avoid parrying from Ashe. Yeah, one of the things that I think it's very important for Victor is he does have the early push and can poke Jace, but he does need to be careful with the Maokai. If the Maokai, I mean, this is still a flax, right? Jace is still a flax, but the Maokai can definitely, win that lane for Jace with a couple ganks, especially if Victor doesn't have flash.
That is true. Jace is still a flex here. I'm very used to seeing Jace mid, but Jace could very well be played top here. The Ashe being taken as well. I'm realizing it seems like the Planetary Collision is aligning themselves for a very poke and pick heavy comp. Let's see, probably see more frontline picks from the top lane here.
I'm surprised the Rel went through the first phase of bans and nobody really touched her. She's really strong right now, but nobody really giving attention to her. And they lock in Karma. Interesting choice.
Definitely going along with this poke oriented comp, trying to outlast and get pressure on these objectives once the team fights start coming through. Definitely a lot of pressure in the early game. Jaya getting outranged by both supports. So we will see what comes out for Blood Moon. Opting for the full engage with the Nautilus and Jax being picked up. Definitely a good counter to the possible flex of Jace top. And Nautilus just allowing for that front line that Blood Moon was really missing here.
Yeah,
Given
even if I like the Jace as a flex, you're kinda giving an opportunity for counter mid and top, right? Now you need to figure out, okay, do you want to counter the Jax? And they're showing the Mundo, but Victor into Jace is not bad at all. So I like that it's a flex, but maybe I would use R3 flex, maybe that, um, or something along those lines.
it seems like a very scaling draft, I think is the word I want to use here. Both teams look like they're just gonna try and chill out in their lane, just try and push, get CS, fight for those early drags. And those objectives, I think, are really going to be the focal point of a lot of the fights in these games. In this game, at least. I see not a lot of early pressure or early kill power coming out from too many of these lanes, except for maybe the bot lane. Jaya and the Nautilus wanting to engage or at least not get poked out by the Ashe and the Karma. but we shall see once we get into the game.
Yeah, the one thing for this bot lane from Planetary Collision is they're gonna they should be able to keep prio in that bot lane for as long as they want, as long as they're not trading badly, because they can definitely, you know, keep Graves in check and then try to avoid the constant invades that Graves likes to do, especially against the Maokai. Um, because I don't see how easily Nautilus and Zai can get prio in that bot lane to support a possible invade. So let's see how this will turn out to be. Now, the teams are moving to the game, so we should be able to uh, get into game in a few minutes. We're still gonna go through the in-game drafting, and then we're gonna have to wait for this backy delay. So what are we gonna do is we're gonna give you guys a quick break, and we'll be right back with action. We'll be back when action starts. So we'll be back in a couple minutes, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. are back into live.
Alright, amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed your jam session there in that little break. Absolutely fire music, bringing the hype that,
Hype of League of Legends songs.
yeah, absolute hype that Blood Moon is going to bring to us right here as they sprint down to this bot lane, looking like they're going to get ready to invade, or at least maybe even possibly catch a young
30
here.
seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, that ward. If they were like 2 seconds faster, they would have caught that Karma off guard. Nice, interesting level 1 tactic right there, but now giving full control of the top side for the
You see
Planetary team.
Sakowitz already up there in the top side, getting vision for jungler. Two very excellent deports here. See how
Minions have spawned.
I need to figure out a way to shorten the I take what is mine. It's so long. Absolutely. Maybe I just every single time. Maybe that was his plan with his shampoo on such carry champions. He knows every single time his name is gonna be said that it's gonna have that power to it. You know.
Yeah, and
Maybe
look
maybe
at
he's onto
Oh,
something.
I'm sorry. I thought Karm was gonna play tonight. I'm sorry. Actually, it's Cactus. He boldly just walked into Raptors for that ward.
Definitely splitting the topside vision here. See a bit of a chunk coming out from sprint in the top side. And the heavy fighting here in the bot side. All the jungles already up inside of the Servada guy getting flashed on by both Nayoung and Lizuku. All stuns coming out from this bot side. All the jungles just not having the range necessary to be able to mash this Ashe, mash this Karma. Not enough CC coming out from Edifice here in the beginning. That will be an early first blood already. Like we said in the beginning, this bot lane is definitely going to be a weak side for Blood Moon. Zaya not able to match with the range and the poke coming out. And we'll see what I take what is mine, how he is able to deal with that. Both junglers path into the bot side. Expert already moving, looking to get a deeper trade. Sagarot's already going down below half HP, no pot. Jax does seem to have the upper hand in this matchup.
Yeah, the wave is slowly crashing, but he's definitely keeping the Mundo in check. And Maokai is pathing bot white. It's bot right now, so definitely secure just to push in this wave.
See, it's very amazing how Planetary has already gotten such deep wards. I think his mind has been on vision for nearly his entire career. They will spot Dim going, taking his blue and moving on to this clear, hovering for his bot side. Does look like Blood Moon's bot side is a little bit in a bad spot. Edifice getting stuck in a pit. Does have Hex Flash though, so he will be okay for now. Young is there to contest the scuttle, and Blood Moon will have to move to the top side.
Yeah, it's as we talked earlier, like with the Carmen Ash bot, you're not gonna get prio for that scuttle, so it's risky to even try to contest, especially right when you got the solo lost to group 2.
We do see Edifice losing that 2v2 in front of us. Olvajangles is able to get a good recall, Featherblade recall, and is able to take down Nagyong, but Lizuku, no flash, is just trying to cut them down. And to Edifice gets a really nice hook, and Ultimo Jangles is able to get an excellent pullback, getting that double kill. Just as we were telling them that they won't have this pressure, Ultimo Jangles is here to show us up and showing just what Uzai can do here on this weak side.
Yeah, just proving us wrong, because the guy is cracked. It was a nasty play by the Nautilus and him. And now we see
And
on
we
top
see
side.
Isaac Mine is going in, getting that pressure on the top side. Jax punishing Zagowitz for trying to push and crash this wave here. Excellent movement from both of them to set up that gank and set up a good freeze here in the top lane. Definitely putting this Mundo completely out of it. You see them going for this dive in the mid lane. Punjabi Bobby not having the damage yet. Even as Nagyon comes up here, Cactus will survive on the tiniest sliver of HP. No mana left, he will be having to TP. Both mid laners happy to get back in TP here. Take their first resets of the game.
Yeah,
Get
he
ready
does lose his
for
flash
bed.
though, so if they repeat this, they can probably take the kill next time because we see a serrated dark on Jace now, so he needs to be a bit careful Cactus there with that Victor.
The infamous Dirk power spike. Definitely one of the stronger components in the early game. So this no flash Victor will definitely have to worry for this regank coming out from Dim. Still has flash up as Blood Moon goes for this early drag. They were able to get the push out in the bot lane, so they will be completely uncontested. And that will set them up for the snowball. Dim will see them on it and just back away. There's nothing to fight for anymore. And the game will return back to its calm clearing stage.
Yeah, we're seeing a even farm because in the bot you're gonna cash in that wave. The only place that's different here is this top lane where Sprint is just sprinting Sokoit. He has almost 15 CS up lead. The wave is gonna be frozen now. He just ulted to make sure he can sort of keep in lane for longer.
You see on this bot side, however, though, all the jangles is going in again. Nagyon will get caught out by the Blade Recall, and on punishing this push once again, Tsu's mind is here picking up the double kill in this bot lane.
Ooh,
Loser Q account just not
huge.
crash this wave, getting caught out early. Still no flash available there. It's coming up just now here. Excellent gank timing coming out from I Take What Is Mine,
This is a
putting his bot lane ahead in what should have
yeah.
been a very uneven matchup here.
700 gold lead on the bot lane, 700 gold on the Graves with a double kill. He had his surrender to go for the call field, and this is a perfect timing for recall because they're just gonna go straight up to take that Herald at 8 minutes. He already cleared his bot side. There's nothing Maokai's gonna do there. There's a very beautiful rotation and play by Blood Moon.
It looks like Sprintex knows that as well. He's going, trying to chunk this Sakowitz as much as he can, but Cactus is getting reganked here, as we said before, without the flash available. Dim was just able to block it and taking the flash W, and that will secure the kill for Punjabi Bobby.
Yeah,
No
now
TP
this
available.
makes that Herald play a bit awkward, but they're gonna try to punish the Jace. Oh,
Here's
Maokai got
mine here with
6.
anti-Oedipus. They do have the
Oh,
damage, the hook connecting, and Ichigo's mine will pick up another kill. Anti-Oedipus is still level 5 though, so he will not be able to chase that any further. But a good counter gank coming out, able to pick up at least a little bit for his team. They move back towards the top side. Anti-Oedipus is here for the Herald. He is looking
this top lane is
possibly for the
doomed.
Mundo as well.
This top lane is doomed. It's the CS lead is just growing. Now Nautilus is here.
And you got the Hex Flash over the wall, excellent timing. He's able to use the root to pop the spell shields, and Expert is able to just walk up and secure that kill. Sakowitz following heavily behind here, losing so much for another game.
Yeah, 2 Qs on Jax, 40 CS after this wave. He does not have TP. Um, they are securing the Herald. It's massive. It's a 3k gold lead on their first match. Very good showing from ET Blood Moon here. Um, Xayah is giving up a little bit of her early lead, but again, she's a Xayah. She has ult. They can't really dive with a Karma there. So it's looking good so far this early game. Very good rotations, good decisions. So far, lovely. Both objectives. Your carries are all ahead outside of Victor, but he scales nicely and he has a good farm overall. 77 for almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely a good wave state or lane state to have, especially the take with his mind on such a snowbally jungler. Like I said in the beginning, he's able to make moves on this carry jungler. X is really just trying to punish Sakowitz here for walking up trying to see us at all. Extend his lead even more.
Yeah, for Planetary, I think their option is, well, Victor's flash is back up, so they lost their window to try to continuously punish, but it's gonna be hard for them to fight Zaya bot or do any 3v3s because Graves has 3 kills. He got that extra 1200 gold of those kills. He just finished Yomos. Zaya has level 6 and static shield, so already a completed item. Outside that mid lane, I don't see where Planetary Collision can fight and try to get, their team back into shape.
It's true. We do see both junglers moving towards the spot side. Next dragon spawning here. Maybe that will be the next objective. Shabby Bobby trying to chunk out as much as he can. With a nice hook coming out from Oedipus here. Looks like they'll be able to pick up a few kills maybe. Oedipus having to flash away though. Ash Arrow doing a lot there for loser Q count. And we'll trade nothing, but it does look like Budman will lose the drag here. Shabby Bobby is able to move first, having chunked out Cactus, and those look like they're trying to contest it actually. All the Jingles in Itu's mind just blast coming straight in. It's ahead of us will just get one shot on Shabby Bobby. And I don't think there's too much to fight here. Shutdown going over to Shabby Bobby as well. Maybe they can turn it around. TV coming in from both top laners here. Shabby Bobby is able to pick up both shutdowns on all the Jingles.
That
Sakowitz is able to flash away.
that is a fat triple kill for the Jace. Coming back, they steal well, they didn't steal. They finished the Drake. Um, he got a shutdown on Zaya, the Jace. They got a shutdown on Graves, so 2 big shutdowns. He had the Duskblade already, so he was very very ahead. At least Cactus managed to get a double kill, bringing this Victor back into the game, or accelerating his abilities, and still keeping a 3k gold lead for ETBM.
You see the Herald pop mid here. Another fight's going on. I think his mind is just completely caught out here. Getting caught by the grasping. I'm forgetting the name. Malachi coming through. Sprint X down here in the bot lane. Trying to make a move on loser count here on this 2v2. But does not have the mana or HP to win this fight. See another bounty going over to Planetary Collision. Cactus here as well, trying to hover this bot lane, protect this turret. There's not much he can do here other than push the wave. It's just a series of bad fights taken by Blood Moon here.
Yeah,
They're,
props to Planetary Collision. They use that advantage on the Jays, capitalize a lot of good plays, and his fight he's pretty strong and doing a lot.
no, it seems like Blood Moon knows that this Jace is the only lead on their team, so we do see Anti-Oedipus here in the mid lane again. I think his mind trying to finish off this Jace as well as he can, having his push and smite to finish off the kill. Does look like they're trying to continue off. Loser crew count showing up here. Does look like Itagu's mind will go down for that greedy play in the mid lane. They will take down the Jace, trading 2 for 2 in the end. Expert is here as well. No flash, no jump. Dim will escape with his flash. Olverdingos does take this full plate here in the top lane. Will be a lot of plate gold over to Blood Moon here. Do climb back to that 4k gold lead. Looks like Spintex will just completely cash out loser queue account here.
Loser's Q account got literally obliterated by the Jags. Yeah, and like you said, the I think it was 4 or 5 plates plus first turret for Oldbo Jangles himself alone. He has 6,500 gold, 1k gold lead on the Ash, but the strongest champion on the Rift right now is still the Jace with 7,200 gold, 2 items, stacking his Muramana, looking pretty deadly, but the Graves got in a very good shutdown, so Graves is also pretty strong. And there's, I think, on the side of Blood Moon has better scaling. Um, so if they start like not taking the bad fights and try to like target the Jace first, get him out of the fight, then their lead's going to start to show because all their carries are really, really strong.
Yeah, it does seem like they have that targeting to know who is strongest on planetary collision here. A huge focus on the Jace here. As they look for the Heralds and Excellent claiming this top wave here. It does look like it will be contested by planetary collision though. 4v4 here on the top side. Cactus TPing right in the middle, getting stopped or probably the Ash Arrow. Edifice will go down. Couple Jingles is able to find an excellent pullback, almost one-shotting both Sakowitz and Dim here. Jobby Bobby not having the HP or the damage to trade back in a 1v3. That'd be an excellent for one going over to Blood Moon here.
Yeah,
On the
they managed to get they steal at least, so it's less horrible, but still they go 3 for 1, massive ult and massive damage by old Bojangles, pulling the feathers and destroying pretty much everyone. You know, if you're ET Blood Moon, you're happy that Nautilus died. He did his job there, tanked all CDs, and none of your carries died. So
It was an excellent engage, able to catch out the squishier members of Planetary Collision. It does look the TV coming out from Expert here in the bot lane. We'll take that bot of tier 1 first before they fight the Strat. So it's all 3 tier 1s, definitely adding to the now 7k gold lead here. Oh, do see a pause coming out though.
yeah, first pause of the series. There is up to I believe 10 minutes pause per game. I would need to double check on those rules, but now we have a quick break because a lot happened. You know, it's 27 kills in 60 minutes. A lot of things happening in this early mid game action. So we saw a lot. We saw some good fighting from the side of Planetary, being able to reduce that lead that Blood Moon had. But overall, Blood Moon doing a spectacular job with rotations, decisions, setting for objectives, and taking those.
Definitely a very short pause. We jump right back into it here. Push drag is on the table. Sakowitz opting to split push here with the TP up.
Oops, sorry, that's spacky issues.
Alright, yeah. No, I definitely seen this one before. In classic League spectator bugs.
Right, so back a little bit to give us some buffer. But yeah, looks like Planetary is pulling back, not want to fight this. They know they're far behind. They don't want to fight for Drake 2. They already took one Drake, so Soul is gonna be late, like late 25, 28 minutes, something like along those lines. So they definitely just want to cash in that extra gold on tier 1 top.
The objective bounties are up here. And that tier 1 is worth way more. Sakowitz is definitely more than happy to try and catch up in XP and gold here. Still 40 CS down. And sprint. So, with no objectives up yet, both teams will probably just look to try and push up these sideways. Bot tier 1 is probably next on the table here for Sakowitz and Jobby Bobby, both of them having TP up.
Yeah, anti Oedipus doing the cleaning job right there, cleaning a lot of wards, setting up vision, make sure they don't know what ETBM is doing, what's their rotation like. And Karma, on the other hand, Nag Young is doing his side of the cleaning house, make sure he takes his vision and cleaning enemy vision too. So a lot of vision fight right now as we go like 1 minute 40 into the Baron spawn. I don't think there is a second Herald. Yeah, there shouldn't be a second Herald as of now. And we have another 3 minutes and 30 for the next drink.
Definitely a little bit calmer right now. Just this battle for vision around this Baron pit as it is spawning shortly. We'll see, definitely trying to get as much deep vision as they can. Bloodmoon having a very pick-centered comp. They want to be able to catch people at this Nautilus and Graves and just burst people down before their team has a chance to collapse. And it does seem like they've done a good job of that so far,
Yeah,
but with nothing to fight for as of the moment.
yeah.
I
Right
think
now, just catching up your farm. Planetary does need to be a bit careful because since they're far ahead and they have a Victor and Zaya, they can, if you're not paying attention at the Baron pit, they can try to sneak in a 20-minute Baron. Because you have 2 items on Zaya, 2 items on Victor, although he's just showed bot lane. But you just need to be careful. Also, you don't want to get picked by the Nautilus, but you definitely need to fight for that region as you try to get as much gold as possible from the waves.
I think I do just want to, I guess, almost congratulate Bloodmoon here. And we're able to show him up, you know? Like, really putting in that. Actually, Cactus just able
Ooh,
to completely pick off Punjabi Bobby here as he's
that's a
trying to back in
solo
that
kill.
push. That's absolute solo kill so late in the game. That definitely puts Baron on the table. Strongest member of Planetary collapse just gone on spawn.
And they start at 20.
It's
It's a
20-minute Baron.
4v4. Victor has TP. His bot doesn't even need. They solo the Baron.
They will take the fight. Dredgeline going all the way to Malachi. He will flash out. Golden Jingo's having to hide away here. User carry count not having the damage to 1v3 here. He will pick up old Vajangos here on the side, but that will be a 5-for-1 counting Punjabi Bobby's death. And
Ooh.
they will be able to take this top tier 2, it looks like. The only Punjabi Bobby to defend it. Do have the HP bars still. Excellent play coming out from Bloodmoon here, already securing such a lead.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh,
And it was just able
Punjabi.
to. He will go down. TP coming out from X Sprint though, looking to try and pick up the counter kill. Flashing commit, getting the stone off of the E. Chase able to knock him back. Flush coming out as well. With his teammates coming nearby. But X Sprint will just be able to just barely not get the kill, diving
Oh,
all the way
Sprint
for it.
Axe.
Finding himself in a 1v4 now though. Shutdown going over to Luzukiri account. Like he did send him a message for
Yeah.
sure.
Send him a message getting the Jason's flash right before Drake spawns in 19 seconds. Punjabi does not have TP. Um, just showing like how big and confident Sprint Axe is on that Jax. He has 3 items, has a lot of CDR to just jump and stuns and jumps again. Everybody's
And
massive here from the side of
definitely showing
Bloodmoon.
that he will not let that happen to his Nautilus again. His support has carried, done so much in this game. 14 assists on Oedipus here. And definitely showing him that Bloodmoon is not one to take lightly to their teammates getting picked off here. Definitely that confidence that they need showing here. Looks like they will be able to close out this game soon. The Baron's still up for a little bit longer. Cactus moving for this bot tier 2.
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more CS lead on the Victor. 30 CS lead, almost 40 CS lead. Jack still has a massive lead. The Ash picks are not working too well, and they're slowly just getting control of the map.
It looks like they'll be able to siege this mid tier 2 as well. Oh, Tigger's mind having to back up here. Advancing roots coming out from Maokai. He will just get completely picked off, greeting for that last auto. A big shutdown going over its planetary collapse. And that will be that. Not much else is here available for its sake. Expert is fighting again in the top side. But instead of just not able to move with them, it looks like they know that this is a 2v4, not something that really should be fought. With the Baron finally running out, it does not look like they'll be able to get too much more. Speed tier 2 extremely low, same as bot tier 2. Definitely risky to try and reach for it.
Yeah, the
They will
Victor
pick up the
gets
mid
it.
tier 2.
Oh, they picked both of them, mid
Yeah,
and
they will
bot
get both of
drops.
them.
Yeah, that's another 1200 gold to the side of Blood Moon. Um, Massive. I think he has. So Victor has 2500, so he finished Death Cap straight up after that turret. So he was already doing a lot of damage. He's gonna do even more. We got Cleaver on Graves, Stopwatch, and Lord Dominic on Zaya. She's gonna be doing a lot of damage. Ash does has her Lord Doms as well. Cyrilda's on Jace. Very another big power spike. He cannot be ignored. He's gonna do a lot of damage. But one thing that I haven't seen much is stopwatches on AD carries, just to buy the extra time, bait CDs, and win team fights out of that item.
Like it definitely is an extremely important item here. You know, Punjab Bobby is now is now even with most of Blood Moon here. 3 item spikes coming out on most of the carries of Blood Moon, if not all of them actually. But the stopwatch could help old Bojangles if he does get caught out. To dodge the Jace combo, dodge the poke, or just buy an extra second for his teammates to get there and apply the CC. The stopwatch will be really helpful here against the burst damage. Cactus will be looking to run away, having to commit the flash, almost getting picked out here. Sakowitz and Dim in the top side are the only defense here for these tier 3s.
Maokai commits the ult.
So they're looking to get as much as they can here.
Wait, old
Jingles
Bojangles.
committing the stopwatch. It looks like he will just get picked off, having to use the flash, the ult. There's not much left to protect him. He will be able to connect with his team. A huge empowered Q coming out for Javi Bobby, and that will be having to reset. Cactus is able to pick up the bot tier 3 as the rest of Planetary just goes for the objective bounties in the mid lane. TV coming out from Exprin, and that will be all they can get. See, even with the loss of Sums on Jaya is very bad, to be honest.
Yeah,
A lot of
I don't
the
know.
safety that she had is now gone.
I don't know if that stopwatch was planned because it didn't feel like she was in bad position. Didn't feel like the Maokai's ult was gonna hit her, so I feel like it was like a misclick. Because they only got to her because of that stopwatch. So that's why I'm a little confused.
It could have been a misclick, but it could have also been that the Jace was nearby, more scary than used to. But Knockout coming out here, Dim is able to just jump in and steal as Blood Moon backs up a little bit, but they are able to pick up the 2 kills. Now with the Soul Drag spawning, the Ocean Soul here, it looks like they'll be able to just pick that up for free. An excellent steal by Dim though, able to use the pressure that the Maokai provided in the poke from Javi Wabi, and just walk in there, flash, and steal it away.
Planetary at Collision Esports ranking on strat here. They are definitely doing like great plays, like catching up bad positioning and punishing those bad positionings, getting shutdowns, getting important summoner spells. And this Baron is gonna buy them a lot of time because they lost a so, but wait, let's see.
Oh, is getting a nice flash hook here in the bottom lane of Planetary.
They got exploded.
Maybe a bit of a caster curse there. It doesn't look like they have too much time remaining as Blood Moon does look to siege here. They do have the bot inhib open here to go and take. Looks like they want to pick the 5-5 here on this tower. Sprintex just going all the way in, jumping right over the wall.
Looks like they're fighting for the end here with Sprinting X going to like 1v3 there.
Sprintex getting huge damage on the Javi Bobby. The stopwatch buying him a lot of time here. They're looking just to get these kills. Dim will go down, and looks like Sakowitz will go down with him. The bot lane has respawned for Planetary, but at this point, the Ocean Soul, they do have Legions just to pick up these inhib.
Yeah, this could be game.
Tank the arrow. I take what is mine. Looks like he'll just be able to really one-shot Loser Q. And I think that will be it. 4 members down on Planetary. Waves crashing here. Looks like they'll be able to just wrap up this game 1 here. Clean end, 31-14. Excellent performance by Blood Moon.
Yeah, putting on a good performance. Sprinting X doing what his name says, sprinting the game, getting kills, and nice carry. I mean, I think everybody um, played really nice. Everybody had great performance. Um, so very solid overall from the side of Blood Moon. I I want to say I'm impressed.
Yeah, definitely a very good opening. Their first game of the season here, really showing them that Blood Moon ain't no underdogs here in this tournament. Maybe the predictions of they're able to close this game out 2-0 here. The predictions will be a little different for next week. Well,
Oh yeah, I'm thinking that predictions gonna be very different coming up for week 3 after this showing.
excellent performance with Blood Moon.
We have Jax with 27k damage, followed by Graves and Zaya also hitting the 20k damage. And on the side of a Planetary, Jay, I'm surprised that Maokai actually and Mono dealt still 20k damage. They still did a lot of damage for how the game was going. But I felt like Jace that was so strong, it felt like he dealt more damage than the final numbers.
Definitely, his poke had a lot of impact. The accelerated shock blast doing so much, even winning Planetary some of the fights outright alone. But looks like the performance, the confidence coming out from these carry picks on Blood Moon will just lead them out. Or maybe they'll see a similar draft in game two and it'll go in their favor as well.
Yep.
Will we be hopping straight into game two or will there be a little bit of
Um,
delay?
I think there might be some delay, but I'm just gonna get ready here. So, before we go, I'll just put in on a very short break just so we can get things organized. Um, but yeah, just we'll be right back, and we're gonna check it out how long it's gonna take for a game. Draft scene, start updating a couple things. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Just waiting for everything to be updated for game two. Um, Draft should start within the next couple minutes. Looks like they're gonna remake the link at least, but I'm gonna update things here. Right now, it's one new for ET Blood Moon. PC Esports did ask for blue side for game two, so gonna make a small adjustment.
Yeah. I wonder how this draft will go though, because we did see a lot of like typical bans really seeming more for the meta than for the comfort of each player. And I wonder if that'll change up a little bit here. And I wonder who on Blood Moon will take priority in Planetary's bans.
Yeah,
I
I
see all
agree.
of them performing excellently this time.
I definitely want to see how this game shapes to be because I think both teams had good points overall, but I definitely want to see um, how it's gonna translate into the actual um, draft because are they gonna leave the Zaya open? Are they gonna leave the Jax open? I mean, they do have blue side now, but I don't think that Mundo made much, reason for last pick. So I'm just a bit concerned from the side of from side of planetary collisions about what they're gonna do with that. Like they targeted, you know, some of the champions that ETBM had, but will that be enough? Will that be any adaptation? So that's what I would like to see. So let me bring stuff here. So it looks like there's a new link. Oh, looks like they're already going for the draft. Holy, that was fast. Okay, so let me pull up the draft here for you. Screen. Was not expect to be this fast. So I apologize. Can you see the draft by any chance?
I see the OBS right now.
Or you see the best? Oh, my bad. Let's change windows. Screen two. What about now? No, that's still the wrong one. Okay, screen one.
All right, there we go.
Sweet. Okay, so they still do Diana, Zaya, and Rakan. Okay, so they took both Zaya and Rakan. Um, from the side of ETBM, still keeping the three bands. Kai'Sa, Twitch. Oh, Kai'Sa now this time. Kai'Sa, Twitch, and Iron.
So not much variance in the drafts here, just focusing on the Jaya instead. Just showing how in the 2v2 bot lane, excellently they were able to play that 2v2. Magnificent old Bojangle is really just showing them up here. Do see the Mumu first pick by Planetary. That's a comfort pick if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he could be a flex, but very awkward to see a first pick Amumu. Not gonna lie, I don't think that happens even in my games in Plat.
See, I believe that would be a Mumu going over to Nagyang. Definitely one of his more comfortable champs from back when he used to play jungle. We'll see if that does go to the bot lane. Varus Tark coming out. Definitely comfort going over to Eld Oedipus as well. Anti Oedipus. As Tark is definitely one of his most played characters.
Yeah, they kept. Wait, I think the Tarek was second phase ban last time. Yeah, so it was second phase ban last time. Um, so it looks like on the red side they're comfortable in just blinding the Tarek just by looking at the Amumu.
Both teams prioritizing the bot lane here. Picking with the Ez going over to Planetary Collision. A very typical pick. Definitely one of the loser queues most played in these 2 seasons.
Oh, they're showing.
Let's see,
Oh,
yeah.
Orn. B3 Orn. That's unexpected.
See if Blood Moon does match the top side here. Expert has to match this Ornn, or if I will take what is mine, picks his jungle here, prioritizing his pick here in the first three.
Okay,
See
Wukong.
the Wukong coming out likely for Blood Moon's jungler here.
Okay, so they're keeping the Lissandra ban from the side of ET. So far they're still repeating the same bans. Maybe not feeling like much of an issue with what they showed last game. Now look, yeah, I was expecting to come bans towards the top lane since you're blinding orange so early. Um, Fiora being one of them, otherwise it would be like a free scaling lane for her. Now the biggest thing is the Ornn needs to be able to reach the late game stages. Um, so he need Ornn is a pretty powerful tank. So I wonder how they're gonna play on the top side because Mundo got so far behind so early. Ooh, nice Silas Ben. Varus, Tarek, and Goggles very positive. And Sprint Jax. I don't think they liked that Jax too much.
Being taken away as well. Let's see what Expert still has in store here. Olaf, definitely an excellent pick into the strong CC coming out in a team fight from Planetary. Ornn and the Amumu just being nullified, not being able to stop this Olaf should he get ahead like he did last game. Let's see, could be a very powerful pick for Blood Moon this game.
Yeah, Blood Moon is coming with a comp that it's like we gonna run at you early because you have Varus, you have Wukong has good scaling, but Olaf doesn't have a great scaling. He just wanna go in and smash early and win mid game. They're showing again the Karma support, so they're still keeping with that pokey bot lane with Ezreal and Karma, one of the most classic bot lanes for poke and for prio because they can get really good prio.
Will be a Moon jungle. Annie being picked up as well. It's so much CC coming out from Planetary Collision here.
Yeah, I feel like
Uh,
they're lacking on the damage side here. To be fair,
as Ezreal and the Annie being the only damage available to this team, really. We'll see, but their team fighting does seem to be excellent. But on both sides as well, the Wukong Tark being able to dive really far, really fast, and see.
ooh,
Ooh,
Kassadin! They locked in the Kassadin R5. I loved it. Oh god, that's actually hype.
really
Kassadin took
adding a bit of
double.
scaling to this
Yeah,
high engage comp.
that's your late game insurance. And honestly, Kassadin here is actually very good because everyone here does magic damage. And Azure has a mix of both magic and an AD damage, but massive, massive pick. Now that is what I call hype. I would definitely love to see how this is gonna play out because you always have that extra factor with the Kassadin. Now looks like both teams are getting ready to drop in game. Yep. So they're gonna drop in game. So we're gonna have a few minutes before the game starts. So uh, let's talk a little bit about what do you expect from this game, like from what these teams have showed last game and also what they from what they've shown so far in the draft.
Well, just going based on what happened last game, it really just seemed like there's a lot of I almost want to say calculated gambling. There was a lot of fighting going on both sides of the teams, and Blender was just able to come out on top, having a much more scrappier, fight heavy comp, even in the early game. They're able just to come out on top. I feel like this game might go very similarly. The Wukong this hard, just very heavy engage early game supports. They might be able to pick off the double ranged bot lane once again and get themselves ahead. And with another, I'm assuming, good matchup in the top lane for X Sprint here, I think that he will be able to do just fine getting a big CS lead again, level lead against this Ornn. And I think Bloodmoon will be able to just run away with this game like they did last time.
Yeah, completely agree with you because I think Olaf has a great match with the Ornn. You know, he has armor shred, he gets a shield. Ornn is pretty powerful, but I think Olaf can do a lot early game. If they can get that lead as they did, oh boy, I feel bad for a Momo, Tibers, Aldo CC. He just gonna sprint at them, pass through. Especially if he comes with Ghost. I don't know if it's gonna be like Flash TP or if he's gonna bring like a Flash Ghost or something like that. But that would be very interesting to see. Um, Before we jump in, just on another piece of information, I was just double checking here. Um, since this is week 2, Planetary Collision Esports did lose to week 1. They lost week 1 to Dorado Gaming Zeta. They got 2-0, so if they get another 2-0, they're going to be very far behind on the next 5 weeks. So I would definitely start to to expect a different approach to the game. Like try to be more proactive maybe, or try to be more cautious, because you definitely don't want to be dropping games early on because it's going to be hard to come back later on. That would be my only addition to make here. But yeah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna go into a quick break as we did before, just so we can um, wait for the Spacky delay. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back, um, and it's gonna be a nice series for you. Okay. So let's start game two.
Uh, your client pops up on screen.
Oh.
Okay, there you go. Alright, here we go. Let's get right into it. See the same strat coming out from Bloodmoon here, diving right into the bot lane. Let's see if they're able to catch out Nayoung this time.
Well, they don't really have a good invade there unless if it's a really bad position inside a bush. But
No hook this time, and it's definitely harder to pull off.
ooh, she stopped his back. Woof. I don't think he's gonna do much, but oh, Specky, Specky being Specky. They do cash in a Raptors ward with Dean 99 mini nines.
Well, I would bother to count them, but I, I think that by the time I get through all of those numbers, the game will already be too far deep. Because personally, I think this game is going to be an absolute mess. Even with the Cassid in the mid lane, I feel like there's just going to be so much fighting in this game.
Yeah, it has to be because if it doesn't, then it's gonna be hard for your late game insurance to be impactful if you have a strong Ornn with items level up. If you're you know if you're not ahead, if you don't have more items, or if you're at least even. Wait, Sprinter's just
What the hell is Expert doing here? It looks
oh
like
that's
he's
the
trying
Olaf.
to steal the buff, almost getting onto Dim 999, but he will get taken down in the end, committing the flash and the ghost. Extremely late to lane here. A gamble. Right in the middle, as we're talking about fighting, and Oedipus in the bot lane is able to get the stun. User can count to use the cleanse and the flash. Olo Jingles with the ghost. He will pick up another kill in the bot lane. Don't think they have the damage to take down Nagyong as well, but still so much blood already in the first 30 seconds of minions crashing.
Oh god, I've seen I know what Sprint did because I've seen a few. I don't know if you have ever seen this, but there are a few pro plays and like you know high level like challenger and grandmaster players where they pick these picks in the top lane like Olaf, Fiora, and they just invade the enemy buff. Um, this one didn't work out because he died. He just got a flash. Amumu continued. Actually, Amumu backed after the grump. But usually, if he does get a kill, he just busts the enemy jungler so far behind. But now Sprint X is level 1 into a level 3 Ornn.
Does not seem to be going so well for him. I think with his mind is here in the top lane here to try and counter game. Expert just not getting punished at this HP. It looks like I think his mind is able to pick up the kill on Zako. It's definitely helping out Expert a lot.
I
TP advantage, so
I don't like this player by Sikowitz. I think you fully commit to killing the Olaf there because he has no summoners, and at the same time you push your wave, trade the 1 for 1, and make sure that wave crashes because now you could like Wukong is still top, so he can go back.
definitely we'll see counter gank coming out from I think with his mind, but Anti-Oedipus will come down. Good gank coming out from Dim on this crash, covering his bot lane. Sakowitz will get reganked. Expert still not going down. This Ornn not having flash or E available. So we a double kill going over. I think it was
Oh,
my stop lane. And Expert X is definitely doing a really good job being good bait here in the top lane.
that is
And he
exactly
will catch up
why
to this Ornn.
you die for that 1v1. Now you lost your TP. Your wave is gonna Wukong's gonna help you crash the wave. Oh, it's just massive.
Ooh, Cactus will be able to dodge the hook there coming out from the Moo. Just barely walking up, getting this Annie really low to be honest. Now without the flash, he definitely does not have any kill pressure into 6. Nagyung is here too though, looks like they're looking for the dive. Snow Flash casting
Yeah, and pre-6 too.
will just go down.
Oh, he
Feels good 1 for 1.
traded! That's actually not bad. Trading the 1 for 1 there, it's not too bad. He does lose those minions, but he does have TP. Um, I like how Planetary Collision is being more aggressive and making plays. Just need to work out a little things. They had a nice play bot, although there's a huge CS difference in that bot lane. Oops, and the wave's bouncing out. But the good play there, good play on Cassidy, 3-6. Unfortunately, I mean the order is still pretty leveled. So that level one wasn't too bad since Olaf died, but you just put that champion back into the game.
Different. See user queue account going back. Oedipus definitely overstepping here, not respecting, not getting this early damage here in the CC coming out from his karma. Expert confident here in the top lane again. Able to take a nice trade onto Zakowitz here on the pushing wave. Do you see Cactus is moving down here into this bot lane, trying to punish them. Still no flash on this Ezreal. An arrow coming out from Overdjangles. He will be able to pick up Nagyon. Heads will be able to pick up loser Q count in return. Din 99 definitely does not have damage to punish this Cassidans.
Wait, there's a
Another
solo
kill
kill
going up.
top. What is going
Oh my.
on?
Expert's X just really turning this lane around completely.
Cassidy and Romy level 6. He gets 1 kill and 1 assist. Uh, Old Bojangles also catching another kill. The Azure getting a kill that's good for him. He's still far back. He's still and actually just 300, 400 gold. It's not much, but a lot of XP I would imagine because of the CS difference. It's just so back and forth. The teams they love to fight. I think they really want to fight.
Even with the early game Cassidon, I knew that he was gonna find a way to be as aggressive as possible. We'll see 3 KP in this Cassidon already. Would not be surprised if he tries to all in Gavi soon. He is a level down. Might need to play safe just for a little bit. No one going for this first drag yet. But with the pressure that Expert has in this top lane, Cyclones will be moving down. See if they can dive Cactus again.
Yeah, but
And
now
same
it's
in the bot
way
lane.
more difficult with a level 6 Cassidy.
We'll just clear the wave. See what his mine here in the bot lane. Has hit his 6 before Dim. I don't think there's much for him to be able to do. Oedipus too far down in level. A level and a half down, I believe. Some good deep vision playing out by Cactus there.
Yeah, there's
Looks like with this amount of pressure they have in the top side, this Herald will probably be next up on the table. Cactus probably be able to shove out here and move towards it.
Yeah, support and mid for the side of Planetary Collision, they have more XP. And from the side of ET, the Wukong and the Olaf has about a half level advantage and even on the ADCs.
Yeah. Somehow, as every character in this game starts hitting their 6 spikes and stuff. See, I think it was mine hitting the 6. This is when the game slows down, of course. It seems very interesting. Extrinsex, seemingly hearing me say that, decides to try and go for as much of a trade as he can. Getting ready for this Herald. Oedipus is up here for it as well. Dim in the bot side might be happy to take this drag if they see Blood Moon on Vision there in the top side, I believe.
Yeah, they're making the call to trade. They're saying they're in Herald, let's trade, let's go for the Drake play. They have Prio bot now. Theirs is just farming. They're sending 3 people there to guarantee that Drake, which it's good. It gives them the first Drake, delays the soul, um, so it's not gonna be early soul for any team. But on the other hand, getting this Olaf already open like 24 CS lead. If he gets plate like a lot of plate turrets, I think he carries the game. Like literally just destroys the game with the pace he's just playing.
Let's see how much he can do here. The level up on the Ornn now, such a difference from the start of the game. Looks like he might almost be trying to all in. Sako with soon crashing this wave. Pure 1v1 in the top lane, both junglers in the bot side. It's definitely a possibility.
I think there's a really good possibility if he gets like a couple kills in that after this wave he just gonna dive forward. I don't know if he's that crazy, but I do see that possibility happening.
Nah, from what this guy has done so far, I definitely think it's gonna happen. He is walking up here. The R coming out from Saklowitz. We'll see. It's really just taking it, wanting to plate more than anything, but Cactus is now here in the top lane and no defensive coming out from Saklowitz. You're seeing the bot lane, both junglers are here. And that's was just gets completely one shot. The R does go through, they do not have the damage to kill Bim, and Tiko's mind is getting flashed on. And TP coming out from Jobby Bobby will pick up the 2 kills in the bot lane. They are able to trade for Sakowitz in the top side for Blood Moon.
That Azriel had very good timing on that cleanse.
We see TP coming out from Cactus though, looking to pick off from Jobby Bobby here as he goes for the dive onto Olajangos. Olajangos will go down. Cactus does not have the damage yet to 3, just picking up his rod,
Yeah,
not having enough mana to cast R again.
loved how proactive Planetary is. They're not just accepting everything. Um, they're actually fighting back and fought really well. 3 kills on Punjabi being the best player so far on the side of Planetary. Got himself 3 kills. You know, punished Old Jangles, punished It Takes What Is Mine. Cactus also tried to do a good roam there in the bot side, but didn't have the mana or the damage yet. Doesn't have the levels yet to be, that impactful. But on the other side, another dive bot, 4 plates into Olaf. He has Stride Breaker, 30 CS lead. He is massive against the Ore.
You see I take what is
Oh,
oh my god, Expert committing the flash and the ghost, knowing this Ornn has no sums. He's just completely going for it. Sakowitz will not be able to do anything. This Ornn's so far behind. But at the same time, his bot side is just not strong enough. Anti-Oedipus not having the stats to be able to get away from these bad trades. They keep getting caught out by this Amumu here in the bot side.
yeah, and the Ezreal is just getting, just getting his assists, his CS, his gold. He already has Trinity 4, so he's going to do a lot of damage. Looks like they're setting up a play bot side here.
So another diver is going to be coming out here. I think it was mine is here to try and stop it.
Ooh,
They
that's
are
a
able to pick
beautiful
up Nagyong.
play.
They have the damage. They will pick up Luzuki account as well. I think it was mine playing that excellently around the Sunderer. You're able to pick up 3 kills for nothing. Cactus in the mid lane seems to be trying to get Punjabi Bobby. This Tipper's coming out. Does not look like he'll be able to pick up the kill as well. Having to
Ooh.
R away at the end.
That's rough, but awesome play by ET. A bit greedy, I would say. They're definitely confident on the Amumu, the Ezreal, but Wukong had beautiful ult. He got 3 knockups. Um, Old Bojangles dealt a lot of damage as well. There was no follow-up pretty much from the side of Loser's Q and Nagyang after the Amumu's ult. Like, sure, he got Old Bojangles got stopped for like a couple seconds, but nobody was able to actually follow up there. So very good play by Takes What Is Mine. BM managed to get that solid, finally get the solid lead on the game because the game was very back and forth. Let's see right now, but now they have like a solid, nearly 4K gold lead. Let's see if Planetary continues to make the plays and continues to punish ET, or if it's gonna start to be a like ET rolling over the game as game one. Because outside the top lane, because the top lane, that's all that happened pretty much for the whole game.
Yeah, I'm like, we do see Expert coming down, moving down for this drag here. and he's ready to fight. I mean, as aggressive as possible, trying to clear the vision around this drag, making space for his team to pick up these objectives, start aiming for that soul. His
Stacking
axe is doing
damage.
so much damage. It's a 5v4 down here in the bot lane. Cactus not having the TP yet. They will just pick up the drag for free and just.
Springdax also was really smart and bought himself a Hex Drinker. So he knows like the other chain is full, it's almost full AP, so he is protected just in case.
Really good protective option, especially with Punjabi being one of the most fed on the team. Hex Drinker will help out a lot in the initial burst. Q not having enough items yet to really do too much to this Olaf. Overjingle is hitting a nice ult here. The Chains of Corruption able to pick off Magon just like that. This Oedipus is just going at it. Q count trying to fight back, and looks like he'll be able to trade. Overjingle is realizing that Loser Q has no more sums.
Ooh, nice sidestep to be behind the minion for the Q damage to not come through. Really well played by Bojangles there, um, using the wave to fight back on the Ezreal.
The ult does come off for Oedipus trying to buy time to get away from Zim, but the Amuar does come out eventually. See, it's TP coming out from Jobby Bobby as well. Cactus barely not able to pick up Loser Q. Yeah, he
Oh,
will get one
Cactus!
shot.
He played like me.
And the 200 will go over to Loser Q. It's another failed TP game coming out from Cactus. I think it was when we'll be able to pick up the mid-tier one, the Herald, without any contests.
It was a nice play by Punjabi. He TP'd at the right time. He bursted the caster so quickly with Ludens. Um, very well played, like from the side of Planetary, being able to, you know, not fight back, but like punish the overaggression. But I think the game is still open. Yes, EG has a 3K lead, a bit over 3K lead, but I think this game is far from over. I think the bot side of Planetary Collision is actually doing pretty well. Um, 4-0 Annie, another strong performance by Punjabi, and this bot lane is actually able to do what they're meant to do in that lane phase. Poking damage, and Ezreal is getting like he's not spiked yet. He hasn't finished Muramana, so once he gets, he's gonna be even stronger.
Definitely really good on Planetary for really matching these aggressive plays. But that does not, they do not seem to be making any attempts, Blood Moon, to stop making these aggressive plays as time goes on. You do see, I think what is mine, an expert hitting their 2-item spikes. So I am sure that they will be looking to just keep fighting here, extending this top lane lead. Especially as Cactus just collects waves in the bot lane. See, Loser Q will be trying to go. And Isaac with his mind just getting completely caught out. Too much CC there on the top side. But Expert is just going at it, trying to pick off one by one.
Oh,
He will get two. The Triumph procs is really doing so much here. He's running at 3, leaving Sacrilege to the rest of his team. Cactus just barely not able to pick him off. The arrow will connect though. What a snipe from Bojangles. The stopwatch will not save Punjabi Bobby as either. So that will be 4 for 1 in this top side. I think it was mine just completely turning that, or Expert just completely turning that around. I think it was mine gets caught out.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent play, just running at them with absolute confidence.
Power of Maul, because Sprint Axe finished Maul for Morches. He said, okay, my jungle is dead, my Taric is dead, I don't care, I go in, I smash, and that's what he did. He
He's
tanked.
really showing why his name is X Sprint X.
Exactly.
He do just be collecting those bounties, getting those kills. He just runs it down here. And this is Tim tries to clear his jungle here. It looks like he'll be doing the same thing again. Ragnarok coming out, and There's nothing that this Amumu can do to stop this Olaf's rampage. Agdom getting caught up as well. Cactus finally having the damage to take out his teams. 4v4 in the enemy jungle here. Will all kills going over to Blood Moon.
The game
4
escalated so
nothing.
quickly.
Oh my goodness, Exprin just accelerating his team's lead so far. That would be a free Baron going over to Blood Moon. 10k gold lead almost out of nowhere.
At 20-minute mark, and when the fight started, Olaf had a 4-level lead on Zimmumu. It feels bad because Jungle has so much last XP, like this current year or this current season, and I don't know, like the Olaf just it is destroying the game. Like he turned the fight, he just won another fight, pretty much doing what he does. Goes in, Ornn has 1 item and a half, 7 death. It's gonna take so much time for Ornn to actually. He's level 11. He needs 3 more levels. I don't know how he's gonna get those to be able to start helping his team getting the extra empowered items.
The Death Stance picked up as well for Exprin. It looks like this Olaf might truly be unstoppable here.
And the stopwatch. It is complete. I don't know, man. It's
Blood Moon could be going for the spot CP, but without Exprin or taking his mind there to stop them, Ovo Jingles will just get completely one-shot. Sakowitz there to pick him off with the battering ram. Cactus 3 levels up here, finishing his 2 items. He's willing to fight as well, though. He's definitely as
he's
far
1
ahead
level
as
from that 16, from that level 3 ult. He's really close. He has stopwatch.
Expert joining them here. He will just going in. It's hard to support him this time. This Olaf is completely immune. Let's see how many they can get. It's 2 free kills on the front line. Expert just going all the way in. Ragnarok will finally come off though. There's not much coming out. Cactus is there to clean up the last 2 kills.
I think this
And
could be
that's-
game.
I think they will be able to end right here. I think Rosemind's still full HP, pushing in that top wave. 2 waves they have to work with here.
They have
Trying to
Baron
end the
push.
game.
Nice stopwatch usage there. 5 seconds in the Mumu. 10 on Ornn. 15 on Ezreal. They're going for the end. This is massive. If this ends here, it's massive. Looks like they're falling back
Expert
now.
wants to go for it, but without the ulti available, he does not have the ability to run at them like he did before, and he will go down. A huge bounty going over to Din, but double inhibs down.
Almost
and
3.
Nexus open.
Now Cactus is gonna die. He doesn't have mana to fight.
Ooh. Yeah, no,
How-
even with the W, refreshing his mana, does not
crap.
have a way to get away from the CC.
There was a lot of mana regen right there. But I think another push and this is over because no Nexus turrets, 2 inhibitors down, almost 3. They're almost like Planetary's collision is almost in an impossible situation. And the game just went from good to bad so fast. Like so fast. It didn't feel like they were yes, we saw that Olaf was gonna be a problem, but it didn't look like he was gonna be such a problem
Never falter.
like the way it happened. Being able to
Yeah.
4v1 twice and just winning fights, winning shutdowns, Baron, that was impressive.
Blood Moon really showing that they're out for blood here. Feasting on them here. Expert just calling for the end immediately, trying to gather his team. The ping's coming through in this mid lane. There's still supers in the bot side. Expert just really wanting to go for it. 24-minute end here. I think what his mind will almost get caught. Nice flash to get out of Din's ult. Huge stun by anti-Oedipus. And Expert is just there. He's ready to fight. Django will take down Punjab Bobby, and that is the main damage already gone by for Planetary. And Cactus and Expert will just be there to clear up the last remaining people around the Nexus. Not even able to get into the fountain, and that will be game.
That's game
I summoned an
25
invisible
minutes
enemy.
game. If I can choose a player of the series, I dare to say it's Sprintax. Um, he is a support main, and he won the series from the top lane. It's incredible what he's done. We are seeing the charts here for the post game results. 27k damage on the Olaf. The closest one to him was the Ezreal with 20k. Um, Cactus 19k on that Kassadin. Old Bojangles 15. Good numbers, but nothing close. Even Punjabi got himself 18k damage, but massive, massive. He had 7k gold difference into his opponent. I
Wow.
don't have words to say.
Yeah, definitely showing that Blood Moon are no underdogs in this series, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned with for the rest of this tournament. This is their debut game here, week two, and it's definitely a threat for other teams to watch out for in this void section of the tournament.
Yeah, like it was a very fast game, 25 minutes. Game one was also pretty fast. Let me get the details for game one. Can I get it? So game one was 29 minutes. Game two, 24:55, so 25 minutes. Very impressive two games here. Um, it was great. Like seeing this from ET Blood Moon is actually impressive, and it's showing now, finally showing to everybody from ET who hasn't been looking to this team very closely that they are the peak of ET as of now. So these guys are representing us pretty well, and I'm glad to have them here because I think they will bring very amazing things for us. And I'm just looking forward to see how they shape because we do have a project that we're working on, and AML is just a start. So shout out to the team. Everybody played extremely well today. CAC, thank you for the raid. Um, he was also streaming there and bringing up his viewers here. Awesome, awesome. So, just to finalize, I don't think I have results from other series, at least not yet. But with this victory, it's a very great start for us, and it's gonna put us in a very good position. So, um, Lucas, thanks for showing up. It was amazing. We had a great audience as always as well. Chat, a good number of people here with us. So I want to appreciate everybody. I want to say good evening, and if you have any final thoughts, final comments that you want to share, Lucas, feel free to do so.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I'm so glad to be here for the debut of Blood Moon here and the start, the rise of Eclipsing Tides here in the Aegis League, and I can't wait to be here for the rest of their performances. And I hope that I can be here for more explosive games like what I just witnessed.
Yeah, it was amazing. So again, thanks everybody. Much appreciate. If you guys give me a few minutes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to. Oh yeah. So what I'm gonna do is shoot. Is this over? I. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to do a raid um to another org that is streaming their game. Looks like Iridescent Dawn, Umbra, and TA Distortion are tied on their match. Looks like it's 1-1. So we're going to send you guys over there just to watch and finalize. Give them a see how it's going there. So stay tuned. We're gonna be finish up for tonight, but I'm gonna send you to Iridescent stream and have more fun if you guys want to stay to watch more League of Legends.
Awesome. Good night, guys.
Good night.